And we are following breaking news right now. One person is dead tonight after a shooting involving Austin police officers. Thanks for joining us. I'm Daniel Marin.
And I'm Jennifer Sanders. Police say it happened earlier this afternoon on Slaughter Lane in South Austin. They gave a briefing just about an hour ago.
KXAN's Nabil Muradna is out there right now with the latest. Nabil, what do we know?
Yeah, still an active scene out here. This is a shopping center with a lot of businesses, some restaurants here. When we actually arrived on the scene, there were dozens of officers and a lot of people standing around asking what was going on. Chief Davis, she did talk to us, telling us that police were actually investigating a string of burglaries, one involving a home invasion where a gun was used. Police saying that they actually found the suspect at this location. I want to show some video from earlier, just a more active scene during the day. A lot of people moving around. Now, Chief Davis said that they were here in the area. They identified that suspect, and that suspect actually pulled out a weapon from his waistband area, a handgun, she said. That's when a bystander actually tackled the suspect. That suspect, though, was shot and killed by officers. The bystander who actually stepped in to help, though, that person was injured, shot in the shoulder. They are going to be okay, according to Chief Davis. Take a listen to what she had to say after during that briefing, though.
When you're looking at data, it is a very small percent of people that commit our violent crime, our most violent crime in this city, and an even smaller number of those that use guns. And so it will be interesting. Again, I don't know what his background is, except for the fact that he 24 hours ago was involved in this incident. So I need to take a look at what his background is and where all that lies.
Now, police tell us this is an ongoing investigation. They do plan to have another press conference in about 72 hours with some more information. We'll learn more then. As far as the officer involved, it's standard for an officer involved in an incident like this to be put on administrative leave. So we will continue to follow this case here and let you know the very latest. But again, if you are driving by Menchaca or Slaughter Lane, you're probably going to see a lot of flashing lights. That's from this shopping center here behind me. It is still an active scene. Reporting live in South Austin, Nabil Muradna, KXAN News.
Pflugerville police announced the arrests of 4 people in connection to the cases of 2 men reported missing and then later found dead. Jerod Crespin and Elijah Stark were found dead in 2021 in Tennessee and in Williamson County. Police say after years of research and interviews that led them to the arrests of 39-year-old Philip Jones, 39-year-old Rico Huey, 32-year-old Michael Randall, and 28-year-old Jacob Stillwell. They face charges of murder and evidence tampering. In this packed special session agenda, Texas lawmakers are working to further restrict access to abortion. Adam Schwager reports on the efforts being discussed under the dome today.
Women in Texas can't get abortion-inducing drugs within state lines, but those drugs are still being shipped inside the state. That's what House Bill 7 hopes to address. It would allow private citizens to sue anyone who manufactures, distributes, mails, or provides abortion medication to or from Texas. Successful plaintiffs would be awarded at least $100,000 in damages. If the woman who the drug was used on or the father, grandparents, or siblings of the aborted fetus won a case under this bill, they would be entitled to the full amount. However, anyone else who filed would be capped at only receiving $10,000, with the rest of the amount going to a charitable organization of their choosing. At the state capitol in Austin, I'm Adam Schwager.
And the House is expected to begin debate on this as soon as it wraps up discussion on the so-called bathroom bill. That legislation would restrict the use of government and school bathrooms by transgender people. Going in depth, the abortion debate at the Capitol comes about a month after Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton filed a lawsuit against a New York County clerk for refusing to enforce a judgment against a doctor for sending abortion-inducing medication to Texas. Paxton is suing Ulster County Clerk Taylor Bruck for refusing to enforce a $100,000 penalty against Dr. Margaret Carpenter. This came after a Texas district court ruled in February that Carpenter violated the state's abortion ban when she sent mifepristone to a Collin County resident after a telehealth appointment. Bruck, the New York County clerk, has refused enforcement requests from Texas before, citing New York's SHIELD law as protecting New Yorkers from the enforcement of other states' abortion bans. How do you want the city of Austin to look decades from now? Today, Austin City Council signed off on the revamp of a plan to help guide city leaders in the future. But as KXAN's Grace Reeder explains, that rewrite of the plan comes with a $3 million price tag.
Imagine Austin. Think of it like the city's roadmap, a 30-year vision for growth in our city. It covers everything from transportation to arts and culture to land use.
Imagine Austin is our city's long-range plan.
But that plan hasn't been updated since 2012, and a lot has changed since then, which is why Thursday Austin City Council gave a thumbs up to the city's planning department to give Imagine Austin a revamp.
Through this update, we want to check back in with the community, hear what they have to say about the vision.
But that revamp costs money, $3 million. And we've told you before, some folks wonder if that money could and should be spent elsewhere.
It does cost a lot up front to be able to make sure that we're implementing creative and unique different ways to make sure that our process is inclusive and equitable.
Austin City Council member Mark Duchin said he had some questions about whether that money really needed to be spent now when Austin is pinched on dollars. It's worth noting that this funding was already approved and set aside by a previous council.
Part of my reasoning behind that was the sense that we're not always abiding by the Imagine Austin plan that we've got. And again, maybe that's because it's out of date. Maybe also because we just don't take it that seriously.
But others say major cities need a vision plan that holds them accountable and ensures the community is getting an Austin they want in the future.
This is a plan that is going to hopefully last us 10 or more years. That involves a lot of communication with the public. That involves a lot of research. It takes people, it takes time, and it takes money.
Grace Reeder, KXAN News.
So as for what happens next, the city will go through its stakeholder engagement period first and expects to have that revised vision plan in 2027. Now looking in depth, let's compare Austin in 2012 to now. Well, back then, Austin's population was about 832,000 people. Now, according to the Texas Demographic Center, it's about 986,000. Back in 2012, the median home price in Austin and Round Rock was around $202,000. Now the median price is $435,000. Now, one thing that has remained the same are biggest businesses. Austin's largest public employer is still the state government, and the largest private employer is still HEB, though Tesla isn't far behind. Parents in Leander raised concerns at a town hall meeting over their school district's plans to potentially close and consolidate some schools.
And the district says these plans are needed to save money. These schools are Steiner Ranch, Laura Welch Bush, as well as River Ridge Elementary.
KXAN's Kevin Bosker was at tonight's district meeting where those conversations about the future of these schools took place.
A packed house Thursday evening. Parents lining up to express their frustrations on the district's plans for Steiner Ranch, Laura Bush, and River Ridge Elementary, each school under 60% capacity. The district has laid out three possible proposals. One, to vacate these three campuses entirely and consolidate them with nearby schools, saving a little over $4 million. Two, implement lower staffing at those schools, which would save almost $1.8 million. And three, hybrid utilization depending on the unique circumstances. That would save a little over $3.5 million.
The chronic underfunding of public education in the state of Texas that has left us with large deficit budgets over the last 2 years.
Leander ISD Superintendent Bruce Gearing says that's necessary to move forward with one of these plans for the district to save money.
Elementary schools are built for 800 students, and so when they're below 60% capacity, we are really going to have to look at how we staff those schools appropriately.
Parents, on the other hand,
it's not very logical. It's disheartening. It's discouraging. It's going to make everything a little more difficult for us.
Many of these parents saying these schools are high performing and getting rid of them would hurt their kids' growth. According to the TEA accountability ratings released earlier this month, each of these schools are rated an A grade.
I moved here several years ago for the schools. We wanted that school community in Steiner Ranch.
And these concerns echoed by Leander ISD Board Trustee member Paul Gotia.
It only costs $1.5 million to operate the school and $1.2 million to operate it at half capacity. We're not spending the money correctly.
Gearing says that he understands such concerns and they have considered all those points.
So we totally understand and feel their pain. It's just we have to do what we have to do to make sure that we maintain that experience for everybody.
Kevin Bosker, KXAN News.
And the Leander ISD Board of Trustees will meet a few more times to discuss the future of these schools, and then the board will make a final decision on October 9th.
And going in depth here, Austin ISD is also considering consolidating schools as it sees a similar enrollment trend. Superintendent Mateus Segura said the district's declining enrollment numbers are leaving too many schools under capacity. He says staff will give a final recommendation to the school board for its consolidation plan in October.